Hello, welcome to Salt and Light Canning. I'm Jessica and this is my kitchen. And today I'm going to be canning some bone-in chicken for like easy meals. So the first thing I need to do is get all of my chicken in jars. And these are just bone-in chicken thighs with the skin on. And I have some wide mouth quart jars. And I'm just gonna put as many of these chicken thighs in a quart jar as I can. And having these bone-in chicken thighs, it makes for quick and easy weeknight meals for me. And it just tastes delicious. It's nothing compares to how tender and flavorful your meat is when you've canned it. So I'm just gonna keep filling jars and I'll be back when I'm doing something else. So I have chicken in all of my jars. Now personally, I really like to season meat for canning. So I'm gonna add seasoning to my jars. Right here I have just multi-purpose vegetable seasoning. It's called Vegeta or something like that. It's on Amazon. I like it, so I'm gonna add about a teaspoon to each jar. And when you're canning this, it really comes together pretty quickly, unless you're making a video. And you can add any seasoning you really like. I recommend reading the ingredients. Like you wouldn't want to do something with like milk powder or something like that. But add the seasonings that you like, that you know your family likes on chicken. Because what's going to happen is in the canning process, all of these seasonings are really going to infuse into your meat and you get a level of flavor that you don't get any other way. All right, now I have this barbecue seasoning. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon of that because I really like it. Now we also really like paprika with our chicken. So I'm going to add a heaping teaspoon of that, maybe 1.5, because we really like it. Now this is just the regular paprika. It's not smoked paprika, but you can do either one. Do what you like. Now also to each jar, I'm going to add a bay leaf. All right, so I have all my seasoning in the jars. I have my chicken in the jar. Now I add liquid to the jar. You do not have to add liquid to your jar. Yes, the chicken makes its own broth and all that. Maybe it's just my dry climate, but I don't find that there is enough broth produced by the chicken to cover the chicken and so that I'm satisfied. So I'm just going to add some filtered water. You could add broth, you could whatever. Do whatever you want to do. I'm just going to add a little bit of filtered water to make sure that I have enough liquid to cover my chicken. I'm going to debubble and get down the sides of my chicken. This also helps the seasonings get distributed all around the chicken. I'll fill to just 1 inch of headspace. Then take a clean paper towel and a little bit of white vinegar because we have the oils from the chicken and the seasoning and stuff. We're going to clean the rims of our jars really, really well. And then take a flat and a ring and just to finger tight. And it's beautiful. And we'll do our next jar. So I was averaging about 4 chicken thighs per jar. You might get more, you might get less. Depends on how big your chicken thighs are. You can also do chicken legs or chicken quarters. Whatever you have, and it will all be delicious. And of course, you can just cut up chicken breast meat or chicken thigh meat and put that in a jar and can that as well. Right? I'm going to continue to fill my jars. I'll be back when I'm doing something else. So my canner is full. I have 7 quarts of bone-in chicken in my canner. The water is cold because my chicken was cold. You want to match temperature when you're pressure canning. I'm going to put the lid on and turn on my stove. I have it between medium and high. I don't start anything on high. It just helps me prevent siphoning. So I'm going to bring this up to temperature. I'm going to let it vent out of this vent for 10 minutes. That helps to equalize the pressure in the canner. Then I will put the lid or the weight on, and then once we come up to 15 pounds of pressure, because I have to can at 15 pounds of pressure for my altitude, I will start our processing time for 75 minutes. And I'll be back when I'm taking them out of the canner. So this is round 2 of our canners. This one's got a few more minutes to go. We processed for 75 minutes because that's how long you process bone-in meat for quarts. And then after the processing time, we turned off the heat and let everything come off of pressure naturally, slowly, on its own. Always, always let your pressure counters come down on their own with no assistance from you, okay? Then once the pressure came off, I took the weight off and waited a few minutes, and then I just cracked the lid open a little bit and waited a few minutes, then took the lid off and we've waited a few minutes, and now we're ready to take them out. Okay. Now these are going to sit on my counter and relax and seal and have a good night. And tomorrow I'll come in and I will clean all the jars and take the rings off, label them, and put them in the pantry. Let me know the wonderful things that you've been canning or what you've been doing in your garden. I love to hear from you. Be so blessed. Know that you're loved and be a blessing to someone else. I'll see you in the next video.